Now we need to perform the search or set up the code for the search. But first of all, we need to ensure another thing, and that is that these search fields should be on every card. So to do that, I go into edit mode and I select them all, and then I create a group. And let's call this search. And now I have a field that's called search and a group that is called search. Is that a problem? No, it's not a problem, because one is the field search and the other one is the group search. But some people try to do like this, so you in the name can see that this is a group. But I think it's enough with this one. Search. So now I can select that this should be background, and then I can go into run mode and go to the next card and place the group search, and go to the next card and place a group. I added a Sophie Brown here also, and I will come back to this later on, why I have two Sophie. So now I have it in all. We still have a problem, and that is if I write Håkan in this one, then I go to the next card, you see that now it's still empty. And why is that? Well, because as you have seen with these fields, they don't copy the text. Even if the field is the same field is on multiple cards, it has unique text. And there is a setting for that. So let's go into edit mode and let's click on this one so we can select the field in here. And then we have down here, it says share text. If I select this one and then go into run mode and then write again Sophie like this, and then I go to the next card and next card and next card and next card, you see that the text stays up here. So now we have placed the search in on all cards. As it is a background card, a background group, when we create a new card, well, then it will show up on every card. Every new card. So let's fix the search here. And the search is actually not that hard to perform. And the easiest way in LiveCode is, if we edit the script, this one, is first of all, we need to think about when should we perform the search. Well, usually you search when you hit the enter or the return key. So let's go down here and we can see that there is a return in field. So let's grab that one. On returning field, well, what do we want to do then? Well, we want to find the text of me. One line of code, and let's see if this one works. So let's go here and then write Sophie and hit return, and you can see that it actually finds the card with Sophie. But what we want to do is that, well, that was not the Sophie I was looking for. I was looking for the next Sophie, or is there any more Sophie in my address book? Well, if I click on these buttons, well, then now I have that actually here. But if I click again, well, now I'm at that card, and then I can continue and so on and so forth. So is there a better way to do this? Well, there is actually a really slick way in LiveCode, and that is to mark all cards based on a condition. And then you can move between the marked cards. So to do that, we should, instead of doing, but the find is super easy to use. So that is really powerful. But the other way is also really powerful. And to show what this one is, I would like to bring up the dictionary, and then I would like to hunt for the mark and go to this one. And as you can see, it says mark cards by finding find string. That means that I can say that, okay, you should mark cards by finding the text that we have here in this field. So let's try this one. And first of all, if we already have performed the search, well, then we need to unmark all cards. So let's do this first to be really safe. Unmark all cards like this, and then we can do mark cards by finding. And as you can see, I can also specify a specific field, but I would like to find in all fields. And what is the text that I would like to find? Well, the text of me. And the word me is a specific word, and that means that it is the current control. So here me means the field search. If I wrote the same in the widget search icon, well, then me is widget search icon. And I can, of course, write field search here instead, but me is a lot shorter. So then when I have marked the cards, then I can just use the possibility to go to first marked card like this. And now there is something, instead of going to the next card, I can go to the next marked card. And to do that, let's see if this one works. If I now, let's do like this first. Let's remove that one and let's create a new card here. So we have something between, and let's call this, I don't know, this could be Lucy Green, like this. So now we have Sophie McNeil, Lucy Green, and Sophie Brown. So if I now go to this card, for example, and then I write Sophie in this one, I hit return, you see it moves to this one. And now if I bring up the message box, I can use this code, go to next marked card, because then it will move between the marked cards. And now I can, so to speak, just wade through everything that matches my find. So how can we inject this code into that one? Well, we could do the following. Let's bring up the code for this one. Instead of just going to the next card, we can check if this card is marked. If the mark of this card is true, then go to next marked card. Otherwise, no, we won't want an else if, we just want an else. We want to go to next card. Let's cut this one and paste it here, like that. Now there is, we need of course to do kind of the same on the previous button. So let's edit this one and let's see here if the marked of this card, and we should spell correctly, is true, then go to previous marked card, else go to marked card. If the mark of this card is true. You could probably write if this card is marked. Let's try this and see if this one works. If this card is marked. No, that didn't go through. Let's go back here then. If the mark of this card is true, then. And it should be the mark of this card. So now we have that on both of these, and we go to the previous mark card and next mark card. So the only thing we need to do now is that when we deselect this one so we don't have a search, well, then we would like to unmark the cards also. So let's grab the code for this one. We have it here. And when we hide this one, we would like to unmark all cards. And with that, we hopefully have a working search. So let's write Håkan in this field, hit return. And now if I try forward and backward, there is no more cards. If I remove this one, well, then I can wade through all the cards. And if I go here again, and let's write Sophie, and then hit return. And then when I hit the next, I can go through all the Sophies in my address book. And when I click on that one again, I can see all the cards. So now we have a nice working search.